It's been a week, guys, so I haven't been able to talk about that Magi greatness for a week. It's like we had that break, so I'm excited to finally come back, talk about some Magi greatness. Let's get straight into this one. It's just seeing the aftermath of the battle right now. Solomon awakens from a 2-day sleep, and it's just to find, you know, everything has been won. David has been defeated, and it's like to find that the other species are living happily while the magicians are just in one corner of the place, just depressed and crying. And it's like a lot of them were saying, yeah, we fought for them and all that, but it's like if I meant I was losing my family, I would never have done it. It's like they're out there smiling, playing happily and all that, like with their children, and it's like these people just lost their family, the brothers, sisters, kids, wives, like boyfriend, like all the stuff they lost. And it was like even as well when we saw Ugo, he is destroyed because of this. He's like there, like in his study, crying, saying like it's because of me, and that's what happened to Sarah and Tess. I can't ever look at him again. And when Solomon woke up, he literally dragged him out, and you just see Phelan, Ethnan, and Wahid. It's like how they looked was like Phelan looked like a corpse. She honestly just looked dead. Like it's shown that she through those past 2 days she has done nothing but cry and think of her son. Same thing with Wahid, and Ethnan means thinking nothing about say his brother. And it's like when Solomon tried to apologize, he said it is his responsibility at the end of the day. It's like Ethnan just grabs him by the fucking throat, and it's like he's there like trying to shake it, trying to stop it. He's like, everyone knows it isn't his fault, and he's there just trying to stop it. He looks like he really wants to punch him right now, and he's like, and he just starts breaking down and cries. It's like, I don't understand the madness. Why did it happen? It's like that was a powerful moment. And you see like just Phelan just crumbles. It's like that last bit of like little bit a wall she built on herself to keep herself from crying. It just went there, and she just started losing it. Same thing with Wahid. It's like. And that's the thing, Solomon believes that there was a reason in the madness. He believes there was something, what David was saying. It's like, after the staff and like what he was saying, like, everything was planned, everything had a reason, like, definitely what he's saying was, like, what happened to Seta, Tess and all that. And he's saying he vows to bring, a world that Tess, Seta dreamed of. And it's like, everyone else. And it's like, this is where I believe the rebellion is going to be. Like, I'm not sure if that was just the panel itself, but it really looked like their Phelan and Ethan were kind of scorning Solomon. Like, they were, like, hating it. And it's like, and if you remember from that chapter, it was Ethan, Phelan, and Wahid on their own. They were their own little group. So it's like, and not to mention, this is probably, once we're back in the future, this is probably when Aladdin's been born. And that's where, everything's all good for, Solomon. He's a king. He's got a wife, he's got like Sheba, he's got, his kid on the way or something, or his kid's already been born, and like everyone praises him and loves him, but only these people like Phelan, Seta, and Wahid are the only ones that knew that he isn't a perfect guy, that he's the reason the costume. And it's like I feel that's what's going to make him fall into the depravity, and I feel this is what we're going to see in the future of Magi, that this is what creates the current Ethan that we've seen from the series. And it's like one thing as well when they try to go back to David's sanctuary, and it's like it seems like they go on another dimension where that's where David was hiding his power. Because let's be honest, like Jehovah Solomon and the rest of them in there, like just the whole Solomon himself took a great amount of power. You could hold every pretty much single magician from the attack squad in there. I'm like, nah, like that. We got some freaking shit going on right now. It's like, and this chapter confirmed it. It confirmed us for us all who Gyokuen is. Abba is crying like Gyokuen was when she saw father. It's like, this is our father. We finally meet father. And it's like, that happened a lot in Magna Start. It's like, if you pay attention to that, you can definitely see that it's just a pure resemblance. And right now, Shinobu just told us right now that that is Gyokuen. And it's like, where does it go to? Where does it lead? It's like, it's been hinting more at Abba for a while now, since she like stabbed Dave through like the freaking mouth. And it's like, we've been having this hard time seeing who it is between her and Sheba, and it's like, holy shit, did we just get a big confirmation in the chapter? It's like, something we've been wanting to know for the absolute, like, since we've been in this arc for about, like, what, 20, 30 chapters, we've been wanting to know who she was. And it's like, this is her previous life, and it's like, it's going to be interesting to see what really caused what was the last straw for her, but it seems like she's already losing it because of father. And it was like, this is what David was ripping out of. He was literally ripping chunks out of this thing, out of the god, and it's like it's in such shambles and in such a poor condition. And it's like, and when you see it all around it, these countless black beings around it that whirl around in the area, I believe that is fallen Rook. You're saying, oh, this must be the Rook, but this is the thing: they don't know the difference between fallen Rook and also as well, pure Rook. And I was thinking, like, David, maybe his goal that he wanted Solomon to do, it's actually is Aladdin's goal right now, and this is how Aladdin's going to turn, Black Rook into White Rook, is by looking at this flashback. It's like, this is how to turn the Dark Rook into White Rook again. Like, this is how Solomon does. So, not only did we say this flashback is important just to find out some information, but this was also some teaching, some, like, I guess a little bit of training for Aladdin. This shows him the technique, hopefully, in next week's chapter about how he's going to learn to, purify Rook again. So another thing as well that we actually even added to, the current timeline as well, not just to the past timeline with this stuff. So I thought that was a really interesting part of the chapter. I'm excited. Like, I really want to see more of this. It's like, let me see that rebellion. It's like, I think we're gonna have this like a chapter in this dimension, and then we're finally gonna start moving on, because I honestly can't see. I honestly just can't see it lasting any longer. I honestly can't see it. But I'm curious, what do you guys think of like what happened in the chapter? What do you think about that reveal? It's like it's pretty much made in stone now that is Gyoko and Adala. But personally, I really enjoyed this one. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5 out of 10 to an 8. This was a really good chapter. I felt we got a lot of information. But yeah, again, another dialogue heavy, and as well, progression was a little bit slow at the first half of the chapter. But that's all for me. I want everyone to thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys next time. And remember, Savagezweipanda.